Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. There's always room for you if you want to be my friend. We are on the cruise. We are.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can see in the title, this is my review of the East Blue Saga, the first saga of One Piece. I will have spoiler-free and spoiler section, so if you've read it, then you can see my in-depth spoiler thoughts. But if you are interested in reading it, then my spoiler-free thoughts. So let's just get into it. My rating. What do I give the first saga of One Piece? I think this sits solidly at an 8.5 out of 10. It is very, very enjoyable, very whimsical, very cute, and the characters are just so lovable. And at this point, you aren't really in depth in some of the characters. There are some characters that you very know their passions. Some characters are only are one-dimensional, but it is the characters in a whole, their chemistry between each other is just really cool to see how well who's the other? Oda can write characters and the chemistry between them. So what is this book about, or this manga, if you do not know? The One Piece is, as a child, Monkey D. Luffy was inspired to become a pirate by listening to the tales of the buccaneer red-haired Shanks. But his life changed when Luffy accidentally ate the gum devil fruit and gained the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of never being able to swim again. Years later, still vowing to become the king of the pirates, Luffy sets out on his adventure, one guy alone in a rowboat, in search of the legendary One Piece, said to be the greatest treasure in the world. So yeah, that's back of the book synopsis of One Piece. Obviously the chapters are still going on. I think that they're at like 1,030 chapters. So obviously they still haven't found the One Piece. That is one thing. If you're thinking about getting into the book, it is super long. It might be intimidating, but just take note. This is a manga. Some might say it's a comic book. It's really, really quick to get through. I read 100 chapters in about 2 weeks, but that was because I was reading other books. But that you can get through this very quickly. I'm already a 10th through what is already published. So it is very easy. It's not like a book where it takes you a month to read 1,000 chapters. This is very easy to get through, so don't feel intimidated. But do feel intimidated if you're reading the Wheel of Time. It is not that hard or not that long when you're thinking of the scope of like a novel. Yeah, my rating sits at a solid 8.5 out of 10. The characters, the chemistry, the battle scenes, the artwork is just so well done, and there are whimsical moments, but there are actually very stressful and sad moments too, and I will get into those in my spoiler-free section. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this. East Blue Saga is composed of 6 arcs, and yeah, so 6 arcs. Around 20 chapters in each, and each arc has its own inside story. Each arc has a villain, and Luffy fights the villain, and then keeps going on his adventure to find the One Piece. So it's very episodic in that way. Think of like The Mandalorian or Super Mario Bros, where you go through a level, you have a villain in that level or in that episode, And after you defeat it, you go to your next level, but you're always on the same mission, just going through different villains to that mission. And I really enjoyed it. This is very refreshing in that way, that to the novels that I've been reading. There's only one villain, and it takes a really long time to finally get to that villain and fight them. This is actually very quick. The stories are short, and it's very impactful. The stories are very impactful considering how short they are. Think about Romance Dawn, the first arc, very impactful to me. Arlong Park and Barati, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that, the last 2 arcs, very, very well done by Oda. So our village is kind of good, and Orange Town was decent, I guess. I mean, Syrup Village is... I'll rank my arcs in spoilers. Anyway, that was my spoiler-free section, and if you can't tell, I quite enjoyed it. Maybe I'll go on to some just not negative things, but some critiques from I don't want it to be completely, oh my god, this is amazing and best thing ever. This might be on my part, but for me, battle scenes in manga, I think this might be just something I have to get used to. Battle scenes in manga are kind of hard to understand sometimes. I'll put up a picture on the screen because I don't know whose head is where, and the lines in the background, just to make it more intense. And just sometimes I can't tell what is really happening in this battle scene, in this frame. But that just might be on my part, and I just need to get used to that, I guess. That's just one negative going through this, that some battle scenes I didn't really understand what was happening, because I had no idea whose body was where and who was hitting who. And yeah, so anything else I need to say in spoiler free? And I am bringing this on because I am looking at my notes. Do I have any notes here? Oh yeah. So another negative thing that I think this is in all manga, I think I might just have to get used to the genre also, is saying things instead of showing things. Novels actually really do this a lot. And when I'm referring to a novel, I'm referring to I don't want to say book because it's not book. Manga is still book. But think of like Lord of the Rings or something. I don't know. Anyway, novels do this too, but in manga, I've noticed a few times in One Piece that has done this, is where they state things instead of show things. I'll put a picture on the screen. I don't think this spoils anything. It says, "Oh no, the fire. It's a defensive habit he developed as a child. Pearl grew up in the jungle with wild beasts. When he senses danger, he makes flames." Like, I mean, I would have much preferred that they did a flashback showing what that guy said. Yes, I know it would have made it longer, but honestly, I would have enjoyed that backstory, where whoever Pearl is, I'm not gonna spoil, got that power. It really annoyed me because this did this a lot of saying things, but I think that I might just have to get used to the genre too, because I know they might not have the time to do a backstory of this Pearl guy, but they also do 2 other characters, and I just don't understand why they can't just do a flashback of it, because flashbacks are very useful. Instead of telling someone, flashbacks I love so much in East Blue, and they actually did that a lot, which I really enjoyed, how they didn't just tell and they showed. But in this scene, it really yeah, and it annoyed me. So yeah, those are 2 critiques. It might be on my part, might be I have to get used to One Piece. But yeah, that's spoiler free. Thanks for listening. If you have not read the book, please leave, because this is very good. Few critiques, but I want more people to read it, and I don't want to spoil it because it's actually very good. So please leave if you have not read it. If you have watched it, maybe stay. I mean, some things might be different, so not my fault if I spoil something. Anyway, spoilers. I think I'm gonna just start by saying, ranking my arcs, then explaining what my favorite part in each arc is and who my favorite characters. So, favorite arc. The 6 arcs in East Blue, Romance Dawn, Orange Town, Syrup Village, Barati, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that, or Arlong Park. and Logtown. Logtown. I'm just gonna. Oh my god, these names. My favorite arc has to be, hands down, Arlong Park. I don't think, from the reviews I've watched, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. Arlong Park was just the longest of all the arcs, and just the most genius, the most backstory for Nami in particular, and the most heart-wrenching, I guess you could say. It was very very enjoyable, and the villain, oh my god, what's his name? Arlong. I'm so stupid. How am I so stupid? Arlong, the big bad of the whole thing. There's the whole thing going through the whole arc. They kept saying he's indestructible, and it just put a sense of suspense upon it. How is Luffy going to defeat, or how are they Zolo or Sanji? How are they going to defeat Arlong? Because obviously, Luffy was under water. He was drowning, pretty much the whole way through the arc. But it was such a very enjoyable, such suspenseful, very a lot of backstory and sad. This one was probably the saddest of all the arcs. Yeah, I think so. Just the backstory of Nami was very, very enjoyable to get to understand why she betrayed them in the Barati arc. So coming second in my ranking of the arcs is what is it? Maybe, yeah, I think it's either Barati or Romance Dawn. I think I have to go with Romance Dawn. The where it started, Shanks is, even though we didn't get much of him, I loved his character. He's just so nice to Luffy. Yeah, Romance Dawn is my second favorite arc of this Saga. Tell me in the comments what your favorite arc is of East Blue, so I can speak there. So yeah, Romance Dawn, even though it's the second shortest of the arcs, it was got to the point, and it was a pretty good introduction. Comparing it to the anime that I watched a few episodes of, the anime shouldn't have started like that, in my opinion. I think they should have started with Romance Dawn, but I don't know if they're going to do a flashback. I haven't got to that part yet. Just Shanks, very, very good character. Where they Zolo, that was kind of sad too, where he saved that girl, and that's why he got locked up. I liked the battle scene where Luffy was fighting the Navy, and Kobe. Some people don't like Kobe, which surprises me because I actually personally like Kobe. I thought Kobe was a good character, and Kobe got into the Navy. So personally, I thought this was a very good introduction to One Piece, and I got hooked in the first chapter to One Piece. Third favorite, I think I have to go with Barati, because I was gonna say. Barati, introduction of Sanji, of Zeph, of Hawkeye, of Pearl. Yeah, Pearl. Just all those villains who I think we're gonna see later. How Zolo got into that sword fight, and he promised that he's not gonna lose anymore. And Sanji's backstory, and just that father-son relationship, kind of how they fight, but they also kind of bounce off of each other. I really enjoyed that part of this arc. And yeah, just I quite enjoy this arc. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Fourth favorite arc probably has to be Orange Town. Orange Town, it's not the worst arc, it's just the villain. It was interesting how the villain had, what's his name? I don't know his name. I forget his name. He's the clown guy. There's so many characters. That's also not a negative, but just a lot of characters. A lot of characters to remember. Anyway, the clown guy. It was interesting seeing how he had the devil fruit, and Luffy got past that and defeated him. It just was a bit boring. People might disagree with that. I didn't enjoy this one, honestly. The best part, honestly, or saddest, I guess you could say, was the dog. the dog scene, that was honestly very sad, but it was how the dog protected the pet store or whatever. That was probably the best part. I just really didn't enjoy the villain that much. And lastly is Syrup. Oh no, second last is Syrup Village. This one was decent. I mean, Orangetown is better than Syrup Village. Syrup Village was long, and it's kind of a copy of The Boy Who Cried Wolf. If you don't know that story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf kept crying wolf, but there was no wolf, and then when there was a wolf, no one came, and all his sheep died or whatever. But it's kind of a copy, and then the introduction of Usopp is just Usopp is such. Tell me if he gets better in the future, because Usopp is just no. He's just so braggy and liar and annoying, and these Usopp lovers in the comments are gonna be like killing me. Just Usopp is just so annoying. The Kaya part was good. Calidor, who has poop on his suit, no idea why. He just wants to kill her to take her money. Doesn't even make sense. And then the Django guy, don't really care about him. Honestly, this story was just, this arc was just not enjoyable at all. Logtown, though, it was enjoyable, but it's only 5 chapters, and it wasn't a story, so that's why I put Syrup Village above it. Logtown, or whatever, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Logtown was just like, okay, we didn't really need this. It was not needed. They brought back Avilda? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Avilda. I have no idea why they brought her back, and why she took the devil fruit, and now she looks a lot different. Like, what was... Maybe she's coming back in the future, but I have no idea. Honestly, why the heck did they bring her back? Like, what was the point? I mean, maybe they're gonna see... Maybe she's gonna be back in the next arc or Saga. I don't know, honestly. I just thought that she was really not needed. Nor was the clown guy, who I still forget. The clown guy was really not needed. Honestly, like, what's the... I'm saying there was no point, but obviously they're gonna bring the characters back in the future sagas. It's just, in this specific arc, it was not needed, and maybe surprise the reader next arc or saga. Just, they came to this village, and it was cool and all, but it's just, I would have actually much enjoyed no suspense or no danger, just them hanging out in town and then leaving. I would have much enjoyed that than Luffy about to die, but we all know he's not going to die, so there's no really caring. But yeah, so anyway, they're back on their way. Sanji, Nami, Luffy, Zolo, or Zoro. Oh my god, I read it as Zolo and then I can't. Anyway, I'll say Zolo or Zoro, you know who I mean. Zoro and Usopp, who I don't care about, honestly. He's annoying. He's so annoying. Is that all? No, I don't think I forget anyone. The ship Marigold actually is... Oh, this actually leads really good into the front first page of the chapter, or the front cover of the chapter. I don't know what to explain it, but I really enjoyed like these little like pictures or artworks of like a little scene that is happening. The first one that we had was what was it? It was the clown guy getting his body back and his crew back together. I like how they're showing another story going on at the same time. At the same time as Luffy's story is going on. A whole chapter of what is going on with them. You could just show it in these front page chapters, or front page of the chapter. And I really, that was a very smart decision, because it wasn't surprising when the clown guy came back in Logtown. It was just... Yeah, I understand. Like, it wasn't questionable how he got his body back and stuff. So yeah, that was nice. That was nice. The next one was the Diary of Kobe and Meppo, the Meppo guy. I don't know his full name. The son of the Navy chief guy with his axe. Those were also cool, because I personally like the character of Kobe, so So I like to see like how he's doing, and I know we'll probably see him in the future because I know there's a arc named like Marineford, but I quite enjoyed seeing what Kobe's up to, what the clown is up to. So yeah. My favorite character ranking, I'm going to save till next week because this is a first installment of Manga Monday, which is in a series inside the e-reader show. So yeah, my next Monday there will be my character rankings, so I will save that. But just know that my favorite character is probably... But you'll see what my other characters' rankings are for East Blue. So I'll have a character ranking after each saga that I finish, just to see if Usopp gets brought up, because you know where he's gonna be if you heard what I've said for the last 20 minutes. So yeah, is that all I have to say? Arlong was definitely my favorite arc, just to say that again. It was very, very emotional to see Nami's background. And first in Orange Town, I didn't really enjoy Nami. I thought she was a bit suspicious and a little not caring. She was a little selfish. Actually, a lot selfish. But you get to see her motivations in Arlong Park, and you get to see her backstory, which I really enjoyed seeing. Zolo, I guess I might talk about a bit. His introduction to Romance Dawn was cool. But he's a bit one or two dimensional, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, all you really know about him is he's a swordsman. He plays with three swords, and his motivation is that he wants to be the best swordsman in the world because this girl said that she's a woman and she can't be. And that's a good motivation, but that's all. Like, when you look at him, you just, yeah, okay, that's pretty much all you know. Compared to Nami after the saga, you know her sister, her mom, how her mom died, why she's trying to steal, why she's good at navigation, like, you know all these things about Nami. Same about, actually no, I guess you don't really know that about Luffy, but you do know his origins. You know how he got into pirates. You know who his idol is. You know why he wants to get the One Piece, why he wants to be king of the pirates. You know all that about him. Usopp, you still know that about Usopp, even though I don't really like Usopp. You still know that about him. You know how he grew up, how his mom died. I think it was his mom or dad. And you still have motivations behind. Like, obviously you have motivation behind Zolo, but it's just, you don't know his family, you don't know his mom, you don't know anyone, you don't know where he lived, you don't know anything much about him other than he wants to be swordsman because of this friend as a child he had. So that's really one complaint, I guess. Who's another? I went through all the characters. Yeah, so pretty much all the characters have a backstory. You know who their family is. You know where they lived as a child, except Zolo. Which it's a complaint for this saga, but I might just have to wait for that. It's not a complaint, it's more of a question that I have. We know everyone except Zolo, so I think soon we have to learn about Zolo a bit. Some theories that I might go through, I guess, just to, interesting to see if they ever come true. I don't think people, I watched Murphy's review for Murphy Napier for East Blue, and she said that the crew's probably done. I do not think that, and obviously she's farther than me, but in the moment, right now, as I just finished East Blue, I do not think the crew is done, because Luffy still wants a musician. He still wants a doctor, he doesn't want a doctor, he wants a musician more, but now they have a cook, they have a swordsman, they have a navigator, they have a captain, and Luffy says he wants to have a musician more than a doctor. But he also said doctors is still important. So I think my theory is that there is going to be a doctor and a musician sometime in the future. That's one theory that I have. Another theory, I guess, is Zolo's background. We have to get it sometime. They're not going to keep I say us, but everyone probably has already read it who's in spoilers. They're not going to keep us in the dark about Zolo's whereabouts and his like parents and siblings, I guess, if he has siblings. So I think, is that all I have to say? This is a long review. Actually, let's finish this off with Gaiman. Probably up there as one of my favorite characters. I will actually, this will be in my my character tier list next week. Gaiman, even though he was only there for a couple chapters, he was not impactful, but he had like a moral behind that he still wanted to protect the island after he knew that the treasure was empty. And he's just character is very lovable. Now he has to come back in the future. Like, there's no way that, I think lots of people like Gaiman. Honestly, I like him. He has to come back, because when I read that, I wish so badly that he joined the crew. Gaiman would have been such an interesting addition to Luffy's crew. Like, yeah, he wanted to stay and protect the island, the forest. Just Gaiman would have been such an interesting addition to the crew. Personally. But yeah, let's end it there. Next review of the next saga will hopefully come out in 2 weeks. Next week, my character tier list will come out. Then in the week after that, my next saga, and then just repeat. Maybe if I don't get it done, because there's 117 chapters, but I did get 100 chapters done this week, or this last 2 weeks. So let's hopefully I do that. Thanks for listening. This has been my review of One Piece, the East Blue Saga, the first saga of One Piece, 100 chapters of 1030 or something. Honestly, that's a lot and intimidating. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.